and welcome. I'm Ashley Gunn. This week's book review will be on another of J.M. Darwar's book series. This is actually 2 books. I'm going to do a video for this first book and then the second one because I don't want to spoil it. I found this series through that recommended for you section, and the truth is that I'm surprised. I mean, pleasantly surprised, but I'm surprised because the first book I read was about a tattoo artist, and then the second one was about an actor, and this is honestly a kind of a fight between archangels, between Michael and Lucifer. You have Sarah trapped in the middle, and then God, the all-knowing being, trying to straighten everybody out, basically. So it's a really incredible series, very unique. You're gonna really like it. So like I said, this is the first book of this series, and then I'll do another review for the second book. And you have this angel named Sarah. She loves working with children. She says that they're not corrupt at all, you know, they're born perfect, and then it's not until the world hardens them up. So she completely is in love with them. She has a brother, Samuel, and you start to kind of learn about the world of angels, how angels fall, and definitely the struggle between Michael and Lucifer, which are God's 2 archangels. As most of you probably know, Lucifer fell and is now ruler of the underworld. You'll hear Lucifer's entire story, and what makes it even more unique is the fact that it's coming from his perspective, how he ended up disobeying God and getting himself basically imprisoned in hell. Sarah is going about her daily duties as normal, and something that you need to know about Sarah is that she is a perfect angel. She does not have any questions about where she belongs or whether or not she would ever fall. She knows that she is God's angel on God's side. It's very clear to her. And so she is sent by God to talk to Lucifer and try and get him to end the war between good and evil. What ends up happening is through a series of events, she becomes friends with Lucifer, which seems odd, but because she always sees the good in people, she could also see the good in Lucifer, which probably is the reason God sent her and not somebody else. Anybody else would have just given up. It's hard to explain because it's going to sound crazy, but they start doing things like going swimming, playing cards, and day after day, she goes back. Yes, Sarah does try and do her job. She does talk to him regularly about stopping the war. It just hasn't ever happened, and it's one of those things where when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Because I said that, I have to tell you about something. In the end of the book, I think the end of the second book, there's this part where Michael's telling Lucifer that, and just by bad coincidence, the book misspells the word meant, and it says mean. So it says, what's meant to be will mean. And it, I don't know, just loses a little something. It's a bad place for a typo, I guess is my point. Clearly you could see how it happens. It just, mean is a word too, so spell check didn't catch it, but it was just a bad place for that to happen. Anyways, as Sarah's doing her job and becoming friends with Lucifer, she ends up falling in love with him and they sleep together. I need to tell you that I was not crazy about the sex scenes in this book. There's only one sex scene that I can think of in the next book, and that one's a lot better. This one, maybe it's because they're more aggressive or something, I just didn't care for them the way they were in this book. Next one you're going to have better. At least I thought the second book did better with that. So after that happens, after Sarah's now in love with Lucifer, what does that mean? And that's how the book ends, is with her having these big decisions happening in her life, because you cannot be God's angel living in heaven and in love with Lucifer. So that is the reason why we have to stop this review here and then go on to the next book. But I will tell you, one of my favorite when it comes to angels, I really, though as I mentioned I wasn't crazy about the sex scenes, the actual storyline, phenomenal. And the way that it's a lot about Lucifer's side of things, maybe I just want to see the good in everybody, but I enjoyed that part. If you like this review, go ahead and like it. If you have any questions or comments, as always, go ahead and leave that down below. If you like my reviews, go ahead and subscribe, and then tune into the next review, which will be over the second book, so that, you know, if you like spoilers, you can get those. Thank you all, and then I'll see you soon.